The Salvation Army Prairie Division wishes you a happy National Doughnut Day. National Doughnut Day began way back in 1938 to honor the Salvation Army's doughnut lassies who would make these sweet treats and deliver them to the soldiers fighting on the front lines during the First World War. I'm Blair Malestravich, the communications manager for the division, and I decided today to make an impromptu video of me attempting to make these donuts. I have the recipe right here. It is also upside down, but I have it right here. It's the Ann Doughnut Recipe, and I'm going to give this a shot. Whoa, I'm a little scared, but here we go. Okay, so I had some of these ingredients already measured out, but we're now going to add them to the bowl. Here we go. Alright, so this is the 5 cups of flour. Awesome. And then this is the 2 cups of sugar. And on top of that sugar, I also had the 5 tablespoons of baking powder. And in that flour, I also had the 1/4 tablespoon of salt. Now I've already made a mess and I've lost the eggs, so now I'm going to go find my eggs. Somewhere over here. So I need 2 eggs. I'm not great at cracking eggs, so I'm actually going to stop and put them in a bowl and then pour them in. Welcome back. I've cracked 2 eggs very nicely and there's no shells. Oh, no shells! Okay, so I take these 2 eggs and I put them into the mixture of ingredients. Woohoo! Alright, and then on top of that, I need 1 3/4 cups of milk. So here we go. Now it's time to knead the dough. Okay, so kneading the dough while holding the camera didn't really work, so I had to use a giant spoon. And it's still not working, so I might have to take a break. Hold on. Okay, so I have my dough here. Woo! Dough! And I'm going to put it on the counter and then roll it out and then cut it. We'll see how that goes. Well, it's turned into some sort of solid mass, but maybe I'll just take out a little at a time and we'll see what happens. Okay, so at this point I'd like to remind everyone that I am not a baker. I am in communications. Turns out I didn't measure the flour properly and my dough was a little wet, so I had to add some more flour. Looks not bad now. Now I just have to roll it out and then cut it into circle shapes. Okay, so I have embarrassingly worked up a sweat trying to roll out this dough, but now I think it's good to cut my circles. Let's use this random mug I had sitting by. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I couldn't find anything the right size, but I just washed this bottle cap, and this seems to be working okay if I just push it down, all the way down, and then peel this up, continue to push the middle down, and there's a ring. Okay, so I cut 6 as an example, just to show you the next steps. Obviously you would want to make more, because they're going to be good, but just move to the next step where you drop them in the oil. This is the oil. Whee! Look at it go! Now slowly it should brown, and then we can flip it. Maybe we'll do 2. Whee! Oh, some of that splashed me. It's okay, it's just burning hot oil. Be safe. So those ones I left in a little bit too long. A good thing to remember is you don't want to leave them in the oil too long because they will burn. Make sure your oil isn't too hot. I had some that I left in a little bit too long and they just burned a bit too much. Well, I guess burned is bad no matter what. Too much is not really a measurement. But it definitely was way beyond the nice brown that we're seeing in these other ones. So see this one is coming up. I can't flip it, but you flip it. And then you get that little bit of burn in the bottom there, but okay, so I made all the donuts that I could with the dough that I had. Some of them I left in the oil a little bit too long, or my oil was a bit too hot, so they did get a little bit, well, let's just say burnt, but a little bit dark anyways. But here's the moment of truth. Let's try to cut into one of the donuts that I made. There we go. Looks good to me. Really sweet in the best way. You don't need a lot of them, but definitely a great treat. Okay, whew, that was a lot of work. Now, to be fair, if I had a little bit more baking experience, I have zero, it probably wouldn't have been that difficult. I'll post the recipe on this video at the very end, but it was a simple recipe. I just have no skills. I got most of this spilt on my shirt, but I still came through. This is my final result. Whoop! These are my Sally Ann Doughnut Recipe donuts. I think they look pretty good. You got that nice brown color. Some of them might have got a little bit too dark, but maybe that's what people like. You like your donuts a little bit darker. I hope so. I'm actually just saying that because I think I burnt them a little bit because my oil was too hot, but it was an enjoyable time. I recommend that people do it. Just be safe around the oil. Again, I'll put the recipe card up at the very end to show you how to do it. One thing you need to remember, make sure that you tag us at Salvation Army when you post to social media so we can see your great donut creations. Until next time, stay safe. So good.